Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Jonathan with Sonoran Scale Studios here. If this is your first time checking out the channel, welcome. We're glad to have you. Please hit that subscribe button down below, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, give us a share. Just help our channel grow. Today we're looking at the Axial Capra 1.9 Unlimited Trail Buggy. I've done a review on this one in the past as it was completely stock. If you haven't seen that video already, there will be a link to it at the end of this one. But today we're going to look at adding some upgrades, some 3-piece alloy bead locks, some Hyrax style tires. We've added some weight to the inside of these wheels. Additionally, we've added some underbody protection in the form of front and rear differential skid plates, as well as an all steel belly pan. Now this belly pan offered some dual purpose for me. Added pure protection in the environment that I run in. The rocks, it's nothing but rocks, and they just eat plastic alive. So anything that can lengthen this thing's life, thumbs up. The bigger kind of benefit to it really was you can add weight in a lower spot on the chassis, and really the Capra kind of needs some, as out of the box it wants to ride high. As you can see, I have the preloads backed all the way off, and with this added, it is substantial in weight, by the way. You can see that it's much more parallel with the linkages here. There's no battery in it at the moment, so you can imagine with the battery weight as well that it settles out nicely, and it's greatly improved, very noticeable, its side hilling abilities and its steep ascent abilities before it starts to kind of lose its composure. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. We're going to quickly run through the installation process of said parts. Then I've got some new run footage running the new upgrades. I didn't get quite as much run footage as I was hoping for. Got out there early this morning. However, I wasn't quite early enough. It is late May and we've been consistently in triple digits. The GoPro tells me when we're done for the day, and I was about halfway into the footage I was hoping to get before it told me it is too hot for me to record anymore. So stay tuned till the end. There will be links to other videos that I'm sure you'll enjoy. Again, happy to have you. Hey guys, I wanted to throw in a quick little pro tip. If you're not familiar with this item, it's an axial gate marker. They can be had likely at your local hobby shop for somewhere in the neighborhood of $10 to $15 for a pack of 10 or 5 pairs. Now, I will post a link in the description down below as to where you can order them as well. But they have a dual purpose. They're designed, obviously, to mark gates at a crawler comp course. Now, one thing that you're likely going to have is something to drink. And if what you have to drink is in the form of a can, we've all been there where you set the can down, you crawl the obstacle, you go to pick your can back up, and now it's got a bee in it, it's got a fly in it, it's got ants in it, who knows, it's got something in it other than your drink, and that's going to ruin your day. So, little pro tip, it just so happens that an axial gate marker fits absolutely seamless in the top of any standard can. Not sure if Axial designed it that way, but boy, if they didn't, super happy coincidence. So just a little inside tip that I figured I'd pass along to everybody else. So if you've ever put alloy bead locks together before, you know it's a tedious process. While it will take a little bit longer, I most definitely recommend using thread lock right up front, or you're going to lose hardware on the trail. It's going to be frustrating. Just go ahead and do it right off the bat. And if you use any power equipment to put it together, make sure that you hand tighten down at the end with hand tools. Now at this point, I'm marking evenly all the way around the inner wheel ring, and then using adhesive backed weights evenly spaced all the way around. I use more weight in the front than I do in the rear, just for the weight bias to be as I like it. So the installation of the chassis skid plate is really simple, very straightforward. This thing is really well constructed. It's very rigid, and I love the fact that it's got an Axial logo laser engraved or machined into the sides. It comes with the hardware that you need. You remove 3 screws. Don't worry, nothing's going to fall out in the inside of your chassis. The 4th screw that is in the belly pan will hold everything in place. As far as the front and rear diff skid plates, there are 2 tabs on the back that are held in place by the corresponding bolts on the back side of the differential cover here and here. Now you're going to need to remove one all the way, but the other, you can just back it out far enough to be able to hook that tab on there, put it into place, and then run the screw that you removed back in. I will put a link to these skid plates down in the description below as to where you can order a set for yourself. So today for a location, I'm actually running in what is a dry riverbed. Believe it or not, roughly once a year when the monsoon season rolls in and all the water is rushing off the face of the mountains, this location is right at the base of 2 small mountain ranges, and all the water is channeled through riverbeds such as this. They make for awesome crawling locations. However, you really need to be aware of your surroundings. Watch your step, as it creates natural caves, natural little cubbies and holes that are a snake, particularly rattlesnakes, delight. Both for hunting and hibernation. So most of the time when it seems like my driving is not quite the best, chances are great that I'm not looking at the camera or the truck. I'm looking at where I'm going to step next to make sure I'm not going to need to be rushed to the hospital. forget to utilize the dig feature as much as I would like, but as I get more familiar with this truck, I have begun to find some situations where it is really useful, and right here is one of them. So by engaging the dig right here, I'm able to drag the rear wheels, which allows me to pivot around the apex of this rock here and get to the face that I want to descend. It is a cool little feature that just severely reduces your turn radius. So the more I get used to it, the more that I will use it, but definitely a nice feature to have. So thanks again for tuning in. I hope that you've enjoyed this build and run footage of the Capra as much as I've enjoyed putting it together. I look forward to bringing more content on this vehicle, as it is one of my new favorites, and we will definitely be seeing plenty more of it on the channel. If there's anything specific regarding this vehicle you guys would like to see or like to learn about, please leave it in the comments below, and I'll make sure to touch base on those subjects in upcoming content. Again, it's been a pleasure. Happy to have you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button before you leave, and we'll see you next time.